برای 15مین مسابقه متوالی بود توی لیگ قهرمانان که بارسا نتونست کلینشیت بکنه و برای حداقل یک گل دریافت کرد که این
Talent and star power everywhere you look, and personalities that refuse to simply throw away an opportunity for another European Cup. Bayern Munich kept their lead, and they would have taken that before kick-off last week, but that will be a nagging feeling in the back of their mind that they could have been further ahead coming back here to Bavaria. They look the better team. For most of last week, match winners like Diaz and Elise terrorised their opponents, Kane punished them, and Gnabry unsettled them. But there was always a feeling that his team could score, and Madrid know if they strike first tonight, the memories of exits past will haunt this famous old ground. Bayern Munich have won all 5 of their home matches this season in the Champions League. They've only conceded 3 goals. Vincent Kompany has named an unchanged team from the first leg. Kimmich and Pavlovic bossed the midfield last week. Diaz and Kane scored the goals. Elise will be a threat again. Gnabry has survived an injury-scared start. Kane was rested against St. Pauli. He averages a goal every 67 minutes in a Bayern shirt this season. Vincent Kompany joined us straight after the game last week, told us that his team had earned the right to play in the manner in which they have been all season. Kylian Mbappe kept this tie alive. The 2 captains meet. Our referee tonight, the 2024 Champions League final official, Slavko Vincic. Manuel Neuer, one of those on a yellow card, alongside Upamecano, Tah and Konrad Laimer of Bayern, plus the Madrid trio of Jude Bellingham, Vinicius Junior and Mbappe, all one booking away from a suspension. There's no Thibaut Courtois, Rodrigo, Tchouaméni who's suspended, or Asensio for Real Madrid. In all, they make 4 changes from the first leg. It's a more physical lineup. Ferland Mendy replaces Carreras at left-back, who had a torrid day. That's in order to try and assert some control over Michael Elise. With Tchouaméni suspended, there's a shake-up in midfield. Valverde moves inside. Bellingham also starts for only the 2nd time since his injury. Mbappe received 3 stitches at the weekend in his head, but partners Vinicius Junior in attack. Now, before we start tonight, there will be a moment of silence and respect for Jose Emilio Santamaria, the legendary Real Madrid and Uruguay defender who has passed away at the age of 96. An absolute titan of the game in Spain, Santamaria made 337 appearances for the club, winning 4 European Cups, 6 La Liga titles. He also proudly served as the manager of Spain at the '82 World Cup.
Queridos aficionados del FC Bayern Munich, el mundo del fútbol lamenta la pérdida de José Emilio Santamaría, una de las figuras más destacadas en la historia del Real Madrid. El FC Bayern se une a nuestros amigos españoles con todo su respeto y condolencias. Levantémonos todos juntos para guardar un minuto de silencio.
One or 2 shouts during the middle of that silence, which didn't impress Kylian Mbappe, that is for sure. He was brilliant last week, Manuel Neuer. In a game where his team dominated, he still had to produce a number of big saves. And you get the feeling he might have some work to do tonight. He is looking for goal number 50 of the season. Yeah, he's been that good. It is the 2nd chapter of the season of one of Europe's great classics. One giant trying to shake off history, another trying to embrace it, harness it to save their season. And Steve McManaman and Steven Gerrard are here to enjoy it with us. Macca, there is an acceptance in Madrid that the title race is over after the weekend, so they'll pile absolutely everything into this, won't they?
Yes, they have to. Their nearest rivals were knocked out last night to Atletico Madrid. So the kudos is staying in this competition for as long as possible. It's a very difficult game. And I think on paper, Madrid have lost Tchouaméni, but they're arguably stronger than they were last week. So bring it on.
That's given away by Neuer, and he's straight to Arda Güler, and that is what he can do.
What
from
the
range.
fuck?
He scored one from inside his own half earlier in the season, so that was small fry for him. Just 45 seconds into the game, Real Madrid are back on terms. Manuel Neuer, so pivotal last week, has made a horrendous error. And Madrid lead by a goal to nil in the Allianz.
What can you say? The best goalkeeper in the world has come up with the most horrendous mistake in the first minute. And what a finish by the young Turk.
What the fuck is this shit?
Simple pass back. What is he thinking about with this? Just a simple ball to Arda Güler. I have no idea what he was looking at.
Ooh.
What a finish on his favoured left foot. Flies into the back of the net. What a start to this game. Look at the curl, sneaks in.
Well, it didn't take long for Real Madrid to hit back, and Kane trying to do exactly the same. Rifles it over the bar.
What was that?
Some people hadn't even taken their seats, Steven Gerrard, including Mats Hummels, who had to come up into our commentary position to get a replay of that event. What a stunning start.
Yeah, I'm still finishing a few selfies myself.
Where they are so
In the
lucky.
next 90 minutes, is anything
inside the Bayern half with that one tonight.
Yeah, his technique is extraordinary, but his readiness for the chance was just as impressive.
And now Madrid fall forward again with Bellingham and with Mbappe. The Bayern Munich supporters absolutely stunned. They might be waving their flags, but it's more out of duty. That really is. We use the word a lot and sometimes we overuse it, but it's an unbelievable start to the game.
Yeah, it's the player, Manuel Neuer, to have made that error with his vast experience, his quality. It's just an extraordinary error from such an experienced, high-class goalkeeper.
He does do it. We've seen him do that sort of thing before, but in a game of this magnitude. Bayern 0, Madrid 1, 2-2 over the whole time. Bayern will try and play their game and settle into some sort of rhythm. And Madrid will do their utmost to make sure that can't happen.
Of course, the Bayern Munich have got to clear their heads, but for Real Madrid as well, it's such a dream start that they have to then realise, what's happened in the opening stages, and they're back on level terms. They would not have expected that to happen so quickly.
Pavlovic. Upamecano. Pavlovic brings in Luis Diaz. He's misplaced a pass. Forward to Vinicius Junior. Brahim Diaz leaving Lima behind on the right. Vinicius Junior holds on and couldn't work it through to Bellingham.
That's what Bayern have to really careful of, is the devastating dynamic counter-attacks from Real Madrid. You see Bellingham getting forward there when they have the ball and the break is on.
Eder Militao finds Valverde. Brahim Diaz, challenged by Lima, but he turned away. Then he holds his face as though he's taken a blow. There was a foul initially, I think, by Lima. The arm across the face. Not sure that was it. It was the initial challenge as Brahim Diaz turned him.
It was a clever turn, wasn't it, again? Just look at Brahim Diaz again, his selection, a positive selection from Arbeloa, and Valverde showing his versatility, playing as a holding central midfielder to allow Brahim Diaz to be in the team, to get Bellingham into the team, to get those players high up the pitch. So Valverde has an enormous role to play in the middle of the pitch.
It's Pavlovic, here's Kimmich. Kimmich's chip. No way through to Gnabry. Luis Diaz wins the ball. Diaz tries to turn Trent Alexander-Arnold, his old Liverpool teammate, and whips up the crowd as he claims a corner.
So poor from Bellingham. He's trying to head this ball back to Alexander-Arnold and doesn't get the contact on it. He gives the ball to Luis Diaz.
Only now has the disbelief gone away from Bayern hearts and they've cleared their throats to boom out their anthems. Corner in from Kimmich.
Yes.
Got in! All the way! Maybe just one little
Let's
touch,
go.
was it? Pavlovic celebrates.
Let's go.
Just
What a
glimpse
goal.
on it. 1-1. Bayern back in front.
Well, what a reaction from Bayern Munich. We know they've got the quality to get back into a game. They've just shown they've got the mentality as well. They would have been stunned by that mistake from Neuer, the opening goal for Real. But they got back on the ball, they got back up the pitch. The delivery from the set piece is outstanding from Kimmich. You know, he whips that ball in, it's flat and pacey. No one deals with it at the near post. Lunin can't come and deal with it. The goalkeeper, normally you'd want to step forward there and collect or punch. Because of the pace and the flat trajectory, there's no way Lunin can get there. It's a very simple goal, but it comes off the back of the delivery from Kimmich. It's a brilliant ball in, it's a simple header in the end.
Well, I don't think I've seen a header scored from a corner at such close range before. He's virtually on the line, and that'll be a source of huge relief for Manuel Neuer. Could the Madrid defenders, you've already explained Lunin's part in it, could the defenders, Trent Alexander-Arnold for one, have done better with that?
They seem to vacate that near post area so that, you know, normally you have somebody, a fairly big player there to maybe defend that near post and get their head on it, or maybe just get a touch on it and send it out towards the far post. But there's no one in there, but it's still down to the delivery, quality delivery from Kimmich.
Pavlovic gets his first ever goal in the UEFA Champions League. 1-1 on the night. 3-2 Bayern lead on aggregate. If you've just joined us, unlucky. Where have you been? 7.5 minutes in. This has had everything.
Yeah, I took plenty of set pieces, plenty of corners. The one thing I was taught to do was that flat, pacey delivery that takes the goalkeeper out of the equation. Exactly what Kimmich did there, and they got the rewards.
Luis Diaz, Harry Kane. Kimmich.
Involved in the emotions of things.
Slide one through.
A little bit of a telling off for the Brazilian.
Yeah, that was a slight foul. He just doesn't need to push. Kimmich doesn't need to get involved with that.
Eder Militao. Took a deflection off with Gnabry, who's got it back again on this near side. Solisa. Upamecano. Madrid faltered at the weekend. Once more, they dropped points at home to Girona. Bayern didn't. They swept aside Sampoli with ease, and they do have such great firepower. Broken their record for Bundesliga goals already this season. There's still a few games remaining. This is Kimmich. And now Neuer. Just has to be a little bit more careful with his feet this time. We saw a lot of Bayern Munich ball possession last week as well, didn't we? After the early setback, they've just settled into the game now. Upamecano. Elise and Stanisic trying to combine on that far side. It's given away. Thibaut Courtois is out with a thigh injury, which is why Lunin's in goal back there, isn't it? And he's targeting a return after the next round of this competition, but it might be too late by then.
Yeah, it's a huge loss. He struggled last week, Andre Lunin, unfortunately. A simple cross that he should deal with, he struggles again.
Bellingham and Spills into the path of Diaz, then Kane.
Let's go.
Pavlovic.
Bayern.
Elise trying to trip it over the top. Stephen, how would you assess Bayern Munich's performance since they got the equaliser?
Yeah, I think they've got control of the game back again, but I tell you what's really interesting is Vinny Jr. and Mbappe, they just pick up them little cheap positions just off the two centre-backs. And they can really go and hurt them in transition and on the counter-attack, so Bayern have to be really careful that they don't make any mistakes in possession.
Lima. It's Kane who's gone on the outside here. His cross is steered away by Eder Militao. It's out for another Bayern Munich corner, which
Let's
will
go,
be a
Bayern.
return to that man, Alvaro Arbeloa.
Yeah, there's nothing new. Joshua Kimmich comes out in swinger right under the goalkeeper's nose. He did it all last week, he's done it today. They pinpointed Andre Lunin as a position of weakness.
Lunin making his 9th appearance of the season, his 4th in the Champions League, stepping in for Courtois. Played in the semi-final between these two 2 years ago as well. On that night it was Real Madrid that progressed, but Bayern will be big favourites after re-establishing their lead. Kimmich's corner. Again, it's into that dangerous area. That one not as deep or as central as the previous one.
Oh, what the fuck?
Which leads to Upamecano dropping to the ground.
They kick him, they do
Arbeloa and his staff were
anything.
convinced that the
No
tie could
card,
be won.
nothing.
He was happy to say so yesterday as well. He has to really get a victory, otherwise it will be 2 seasons at the biggest club in the world without any major titles, and that doesn't happen very often. In fact, it hasn't happened for 16 years. Neuer's come a long way, gets there ahead of Vinny Jr. Not a great kick from Neuer.
It's on his left foot again, he keeps putting it onto his left
Come on.
foot.
Come on.
Dribbled away from Eder
Send the ball.
Militao through Diaz,
Let's
and
go.
then onto Elise, and then back to Diaz again, and that's a good tackle by
What the
Eder Militao.
fuck?
Slid in beautifully and got the ball.
Yeah, arm in the air, acknowledged his mistake.
Back in from Kimmich, in towards Gnabry.
Come on.
Comes nicely for Luis Diaz.
What?
There was already a foul blown.
Jump, wasn't it?
Eder Militao slid in beautifully and got the ball.
Yeah, arm in the air, acknowledged his mistake.
Takes as much time as he's allowed with this. Brahim Diaz will try and give chase. Jonathan Tah is there first and getting into his stride. Gnabry's conceded possession now. Bellingham having to scrap for it. Happy to do that, but Lima was strong enough to hold him away. And that's Kane inviting Elise to have a run.
Come on, come on.
And
Come
Mendy will
on.
see it out.
Please.
There's
Take
Kane,
the
the
fucking
creator,
ball.
again dropping deep, looking to turn Real around, just overhits the forward pass. I think with both teams, when they go forward, Guy, the movement off the ball is incredible. So for defenders, if you get caught ball watching, there's going to be an opponent running past you, running into space. You've got to be so aware of that movement off the ball.
Vinicius Junior, who is copping a bit of flack. Back with Lunin, and now Trent Alexander-Arnold. Bellingham. Wasn't sure if that had gone fully out, but the assistant referee, looking down the line, feels it had. Bayern throw.
I think it's fair to say that Bayern have completely recovered from that early Neuer mistake. They would have been shocked by it, the fans as much as the players, but they just got their foot back on the ball. They got a quick equaliser now, and they're dominating the ball, dominating the game.
Lima's throw. Kimmich.
Come on, come on.
Pavlovic. Olise. Caused Carreras all sorts of problems
Come
last
on.
week.
Oh,
Alexander-Arnold clear of Kane. He's trying to do the same to Ferland Mendy tonight.
Yeah, there's no way Carreras could play again against Michael Olise. He had the run around at the Bernabeu, so you have to change it if you can. And Mendy, I think, got fit at just the right time for this game.
For Meccano, back to Neuer. Vinicius Junior is herring around. Kimmich again, dutifully dropping back. Rudiger. There's Mbappe taking it on, first time. Never had the angle.
Well, the centre-half is coming across to close him down. The angle is against him, as you say, so he has to maybe take it first time. It's offside as well. Yeah, I can understand why he shoots, but it wouldn't have counted even if it hit the back of the net.
come on.
Kimmich. Bellingham was after him. Pavlovic. For Meccano. Olise. Pavlovic. And Luis Diaz. Lima pointed to where he wanted to receive it. Luis Diaz gets half a yard on Brahim Diaz. And then barges him to the floor. The ref's happy with the way that Madrid are getting it away. It's Mbappe. Where to next? Valverde. Madrid's best spell of possession here, and Mbappe getting onto the end of the pass. And Konrad Laimer back in the nick of time.
Well, he actually starts the move, Mbappe, on the halfway line, but then just trusts his teammates to get him into a good goal-scoring position. The timing of this run is much better. He's onside, but the fullback gets round on the cover quite brilliantly.
Laimer getting across literally as fast as his legs could carry him.
Example of what I was talking about there, the movement off the ball from Mbappe there. It catches defenders out, centre-halves out, because they're watching the ball. They're not looking for him.
Olise. Burst of activity from Michael Olise. It's a really good tackle to stop him. Jude Bellingham executed it for Madrid. There's Arda Güler, now Vinicius Junior with Upamecano shadowing.
Come on, you can.
Vinny Junior takes him on and leaves him behind.
Let's
Upamecano with a
go.
wonderful recovery though. And he allows himself
Yeah.
a brief moment of celebration.
Sometimes that's all you can do because Vinicius Junior's run away from him. Just sprint back, get goal side, get into a good position, and then most importantly, time your challenge to perfection. He does that. Again, you can see he stays on his feet, watches the ball, times the challenge beautifully. Defensive basics, spot on.
That's come into the game in the last 5 or 6 years. I don't recall you ever making a last-ditch challenge and then celebrating as though you'd scored. Why not, though? Why not?
I suppose as defenders, that is your job. Of course, that's what you're paid to do. But again, in a big game like this, against arguably one of Real Madrid's best players, if you defend in your own penalty area as well as that, you've got a cause for celebration.
All adds to the theatre. Marquinhos had a couple of indulgent moments for PSG at Liverpool last night and absolutely deserved to enjoy them. And it is Paris Saint-Germain who lie in wait for the winners of this tie. What a semi-final in prospect, whoever it may be.
Yeah, I think you look at this quarter-final, you look at that possible semi-final, whoever plays PSG, their finals in all but name.
As is this one, in the quarter-final of the Champions League. Bayern have progressed from every one of their last 16 knockout ties when they've won the first leg. Last failing to in 2011 when they won 1-0 at Inter and then lost 3-2 at home, went out on away goals when that was the rule. Mbappe. For Real Madrid, well, their last 4 Champions League departures have all been courtesy of English opposition, so Harry Kane might be a factor tonight. There's Mendy. Mendy down under challenge. There's a half appeal from Madrid players, no more than that.
Come on, come on.
Here is Kane. Militao stands off, resists the temptation
Let's
to
go.
tackle. Great ball from Kane. Luis Diaz returns it that way to Elise.
Just him back.
Kane wins a corner, came off Rudiger.
Yeah, Mendy in the Bayern Munich penalty area. Here it is, there's a bit of contact on him. You can see he throws himself to the ground, he feels that contact from Tar, and he just flings himself, he twists, he goes to ground, he's appealing, he's shouting before he's even hit the ground. He isn't fouled.
Tar maybe took a risk in applying his hands, but then you see from the other angle, Mendy's got a hold of his shirt as well.
Of course, contact, there is contact allowed in football, it's contact with consequence, and he's not thrown to the ground there, Mendy.
Corner
Come
play
on.
along the floor this time. Very deliberate for Kane. Kimmich then came charging in to have a plough of his own, and it's another corner.
Just slightly laboured defending there from Real Madrid. It wasn't a good corner by any means. Kane nearly got there. And Kimmich on the follow-up. There's no white shirts, stepping out, really closing him down. Needs to liven up defensively.
Elise on his way to the corner just pumped up the fans a bit more as well. Players are really enjoying this. Elise, something a bit more conventional.
Oh, shit.
Eder Militao got something on that one. That's a Bayern throw, a bit of miscontrol from Vini Jr.
Yeah, if you look at the quality and experience that's out there in both sides, I don't think a game like this, an atmosphere like this, beats down players of the quality we've got out there. They, as you say, I think they really enjoy being out there and trying to make a difference and score goal after goal.
And that's what Bayern do. They won 5-0 at St. Pauli on Saturday, breaking the record for most goals in a Bundesliga season. That's 105 they've scored in 29 games.
What?
Offside, Luis Diaz. Was Bayern, incidentally, who held the record originally with 101 in 1972.
I just wonder there whether Mendy on the far side, the left back, is actually playing him on. That's what Luis Diaz is saying. It wasn't Alexander-Arnold that was the final defender, it was the left back Mendy.
All the way through to Neuer. There's one goalkeeper in world football who would not, well, I'm over-egging it to say not be bothered one bit, but certainly wouldn't ruffle Manuel Neuer. Kimmich. Elise. Elise's got the room. Huge deflection on that. Blocked by Valverde. It balloons over the bar.
Yeah, he just drops your shoulder. Mendy can't get close enough to get the block, so it's so important. I mentioned Valverde, that role he does, the responsibility he holds. He's got to screen the defence, help out defensively, and he did there with a timely block.
Another Bayern corner from the same corner that they scored from. It's Kimmich again. A deeper one. Lunin. Well, he got a hand to it, but it was a really strange bit of goalkeeping, that.
He's saying he was fouled. He just seemed to completely misjudge the flight of the ball, and I think he was slightly ahead of the ball. It seems to be behind him. No, he certainly isn't fouled. Just completely misjudges the flight. And he's a very lucky boy.
Hands.
Came off Bellingham last. Elise. Oh, lovely ball. And a good try,
shit.
and Lunin has to get down to save it. Joshua Kimmich sensed that he had the chance, and I don't think he could have struck it much better.
Just the attacking intelligence of Michael Elise as well. He just knows what he should do in any given situation. Don't take Mendy on here, play the pass into Kimmich. That opens the chance up for the midfielder. It's a fairly comfortable save for Lunin, really. In the end, he probably saw where that ball was going to be travelling to.
7th corner of the night for Bayern Munich. They might not top the first one. They've tried again with the same sort of delivery from Kimmich. There's Mbappe. Arda Güler. Madrid on the break. Look at the red shirt storming back. Mbappe is over to the right. Vinicius Junior looks for him. Neuer has presented him with the ball. Mbappe, really could have done better with that.
It's about the only player, Mbappe, that Vinicius could try and pick out, but he's trying to get it past the giant goalkeeper. Pretty much impossible.
Brahim Diaz. He's been fouled. Free kick, Madrid.
Oh, it's Lima who steps infield from left back. Does he make any contact here on Diaz, who cleverly just shifts the ball? I'm not sure there's an awful lot of contact on him. I think he's looking for it again. There's that intended pass from Vinicius trying to pick out Mbappe. And Neuer, always favourite to get there. I think it's a bit controversial though, Guy, if they score from this free kick. There didn't seem to be any contact at all on Brahim Diaz. Went to ground, referee thought he was taken out. Didn't seem to me that he was.
And Lima's got plenty to say to Brahim Diaz about it. Neuer builds his wall. Trent Alexander-Arnold and Arda Güler are studied in their plans.
We've got free kick experts. It is a long, long way out. Got a giant goalkeeper to beat as well. It'll take something special to score from here.
We've already seen one thing special from Arda Güler. Could he do it again?
I think he was helped by the fact that Neuer wasn't actually in his goal. It would have been a different story if Neuer had been back there.
Or it could be the right boot of Trent Alexander-Arnold. It's Arda Güler. It's a good effort.
What the
it's
fuck?
magnificent. That's better than his first goal. Madrid have hauled themselves level in the tie again. The Turkish Messi is in the form of his life in striking a ball.
Neuer,
Two
what the fuck are
magnificent
you
goals
doing?
from him. And Madrid lead 2-1 on the night.
I said it takes something special to score from there, and this is just free kick perfection. The pace, the accuracy, the power is just, it's incredible. I think Neuer actually kind of shows him that side of the goal, hoping the wall will protect that part of the goal. But actually Güler uses the wall to his advantage, whips it over the top.
This is the view we want.
Absolutely, the movement on the ball as well, into the bulk of the goal. Neuer, even the giant Neuer with his incredible reach.
What happened
can
with
get there,
Neuer
can't
tonight?
keep it out. That is the quality and the accuracy of that strike from Güler. It is incredible.
Before tonight, 1 goal since September, and that was scored from his own half. 2 from the very top draw of the game tonight. Oh, he picks his moments.
But to score from there, you need the power, of course, you're a long way out, but you need the precision as well. That's why I say it's free kick perfection.
Bayern Munich 1, Real Madrid 2. It's 3-3 in the tie.
This is why I said before the game kicks off, I think Bayern are the better team, but the individuals that Real Madrid have in their side that can just change the course of a game, the course of this tie, because Bayern at 1-1 were the better team, dominating the ball, playing in the Real half, but Real go up the pitch, and with their individuals, they've shown they can turn this around.
Rather sullen-looking Vincent Kompany. Contrast that with the noise and the faces amongst the 3,100 Madrid fans inside this amazing stadium, who have all travelled expecting La Remontada, the comeback. Right now it's on. Oh, Gnabry, there was a stumble, a slip maybe from Rudiger. Luis Diaz. Under pressure from Alexander-Arnold and Arda Güler. Bayern throw.
Yeah, but for Vincent Kompany, there's things you can't legislate for as a coach. That mistake, early mistake from Manuel Neuer, and then that free kick brilliance by Güler. There's nothing you can do about the brilliance and the error.
Stanisic. Olise. Kimmich. Lima. Pavlovic. Olise. Kane went for it. Eder Militao made sure he stayed in front of him, and Eder Militao is down. Luis Diaz is down now after a challenge from Bellingham. And Lima's down now after a challenge from Valverde. Madrid break. Here's Brahim Diaz. Kimmich is there to block the intended ball for Mbappe.
Just go back to that Güler free kick again. I'm looking at the wall, the makeup of the wall, the positioning of it. Is there a problem there? Do they help Güler in any way? And they don't. You know, Neuer's positioning, again, that's where a goalkeeper would normally stand. Free kick from that position. It's just sometimes the free kick taker is too good for the wall and too good for the goalkeeper.
I'm sure there'll be some saying, well, as he's got across and got a big hand to it, he might have done better, Neuer, but I don't think that's for us to say, is it?
He actually gets a hand on it, but the ball is already over the line, so I think getting to it is impressive. I just don't think you're ever going to keep it out. No goalkeeper could.
Here's Vinicius Junior, and poked away by Kimmich. Now it's Kane. Nibbled at by Bellingham. England coach Thomas Tuchel will be looking at that saying, oh, please no. Pavlovic to Tar. Now here's Lima. Kimmich. Luis Diaz. Kimmich must have had more of the ball than anybody on the field. Mind you, Olise's seen a fair bit of it. Finds Stanisic.
Come on.
Now it's Serge Gnabry. Well watched by Lunin.
Yeah, it's right at the goalkeeper. If this goes in, yeah, major error. I think tonight we've seen the value again of quality set-piece delivery. 2 of the 3 goals coming from a corner and a free kick. Kimmich and Güler just brilliance with their deliveries have led to goals.
Arda Güler
Come on.
wins the throw in courtesy of Josip Stanisic.
Fucking
34
ball.
minutes played up. I thought this in the first leg. Why can't every football match be like this one? Something about it's the quality first and foremost, but the intensity of the occasion that just lends to everybody taking a step up in their own levels.
It's also the approach. You've got to give the coaches a lot of credit, the players a lot of credit. They want to attack each other, outscore each other. It's not about containment, winning 1-0. It's about making it really entertaining, because the players we've got in both sides just want to go forward and score.
Just a little bit there
What
from
the
Rudiger that might have been, shall we say, slightly over-exuberant on Serge Gnabry.
I don't think he's happy with Gnabry just nibbling away at him, but he does seem to overreact a little bit. Just shove him, gets away with it.
Oh, that's funny.
There are a few players on either side who are booking away.
Nothing
from missing the
happened.
semi-final
Free
first
kick
leg,
for
but
Madrid.
until they get that booking, that's largely a moot point.
We don't want to spoil the positive flow of the game that we've got.
It only matters, A, if you get one, and B, if you get through. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Bellingham. Mbappe. Vinicius Junior. Gnabry there to help out his defence. I think help out was just about right.
And again, it's Upamecano getting his defending in his own penalty area. Absolutely spot on.
nearly twice as many completed passes as Madrid. There's another one to the total, and another one as Laimer is bundling his way past Arda Güler and keeps going.
What?
Down on the floor with a strong shout towards the Slovenian ref. Stanisic. He's drifting forward and stings the gloves of Lunin. Now claiming handball.
What the fuck?
In that Madrid box. Elise. Diaz.
Come on.
Down to Kane. Kane prevented from turning. Laimer to Luis Diaz, and he can't complete the turn either.
No penalty.
Lots of process there. As Kimmich finds Stanisic. Upamecano joining in. Threading it through for Harry Kane!
Yes! Yes!
The best in the world from that
You're not
position.
giving them penalty, they score.
Does not miss. And Bayern have their lead in the tie back.
And they deserve it as well. It comes off the back of a couple of minutes of intense attack.
Piece of shit.
But Upamecano, centre
Piece
half,
of
stepping halfway
shit.
inside the Real Madrid half, picks out Harry Kane. Harry Kane's first touch just to take defenders out of the equation. And then as he does so well, he just really passes the ball into the bottom corner. He has that ability in a split second to think, how do I need to finish this? It's not about glamour or power, it's about putting the ball in the back of the net. But they pinned Real Madrid in. It looks like the opportunity is gone, really, with Elise. But Upamecano, look at his position, high up the pitch, drives forward, picks out Harry Kane. But that touch is absolutely outstanding. It takes defenders out of the game, left foot to right foot. And as I say, he just passes the ball into the bottom corner. Positive play from a centre-half, clinical finishing from a centre-forward. Just what we expect from Harry Kane.
How many times over all the years have we seen that finish? Bayern fans have seen it this season. Well, a finish from Kane 50 times, a half-century of goals in a single campaign with still plenty of matches to play. He is a machine.
It's a master goal scorer at work. You know, his positioning, his touch, his finishing, just outstanding. The composure he shows there under pressure, defenders all around him, he's in control.
Bayern Munich 2, Real Madrid 2, it's 4-3 on aggregate. Kane's 12th goal in the Champions League this season. Just a couple behind Kylian Mbappe now, who'll be waiting for a chance here. Alexander-Arnold plays it across, it was just behind Mbappe. Nearly a repeat of their first leg combination.
It's a great piece of refereeing because Bellingham was fouled there, but referee let
No
the game
yellow
go with
card.
Alexander-Arnold.
And Kane's been fouled here. And the yellow card is shown to Eder Militao.
Oh, he is an aggressive defender. Again, he's frustrated that Kane has scored. But we're back on level terms, and he just decides to take him out here because he's nowhere near the ball. It's clever from Kane. Just uses his body, he screens the ball, protects it, draws the defender in. It's a challenge in an area of the pitch that you don't need to go through a striker like that. Nothing's going to happen from there. Now you've been booked, changes the way you play the rest of the game.
I don't know if we've got anywhere for a lie down at half-time, Andy, but I think I might need a little bit of a stroll.
Well, we thought this might happen, that both sides go at it hammer and tongs. It's just been, again, absolutely outstanding attacking football. Great to see both teams just wanting to score as many as they possibly can.
There's Brahim Diaz, and Vinicius Junior is onto it. Upamecano tries to stop him. Oh, it's a terrific effort. Absolutely top class. And so close to another Madrid goal.
He does so well to get this anywhere near the target. The pass from Brahim Diaz is outstanding. It's actually Tar that plays Vinicius Junior on. He does the right thing. He's just trying to whip it over the goalkeeper, trying to keep it down. Just can't quite manage it. But again, just a flash of inspiration. And Real could have been ahead again.
Mbappe. Brahim Diaz.
Push, push.
Diaz having to take the long route round, and Luis Diaz is back to help out Konrad Laimer. Swivel of the hips from Luis Diaz, and Kane helps it on with a sumptuous touch, and he's got it back from Elise. carnival football from Bayern.
Pressure, what pressure?
Come on, send the ball. Send the ball.
Through to Gnabry.
Send the
There's the
fucking
first error
ball.
touch for a while.
Well, if he keeps that close, he's got two players to his left. Should be keeping that ball as a poor first touch.
Bellingham to Vinicius Junior. He's going to have a run at Tar. Mbappe has had a burst past. Mbappe is in! And Mbappe scores! What a match!
Stupid.
It's one for the ages, is this? And all of the game's greatest stars are shining. Madrid in front on the night again, level in the tie once more.
Well, the Bayern attack, it's been more concerted, but just the sporadic nature of the Real attacks, but they've got so much threat when they break forward. They're not dominating the ball, but when they get it into the Bayern half, they look like something's going to happen, look like a goal is going to come about. There's the opportunity.
Bro!
Loses the ball there, should be keeping
That's
that.
a fucking
Bayern
free
could have been
kick.
in for another goal. Certainly onside Vinicius Junior, times his run absolutely brilliantly. The support run from Kylian Mbappe just puts on the afterburners. He just runs away from that Bayern defence. Again, like Harry Kane, first touch and finish, outstanding.
Can only imagine the panic that Deo Upamecano sensed when his fellow French international just left him standing.
Well, he's goal side of Mbappe for one thing, and then suddenly the afterburners go on and he just sprints past him. The defender knows, I can't stay with him, so either you foul him or you let him go. He lets him go. But running at full tilt like that, to have that first touch, keep it close and finish it, just stunning.
Vincent Kompany calls for his players to switch on. There's nobody switching off. Bayern Munich 2, Real Madrid 3. It's 3-3 overall, 4-4 overall. The maths is gone. The head's gone, and Vincent Kompany's got a yellow card, which means if Bayern get this done, he'll be upstairs for the semi-final first leg.
Well, what an extraordinary 44 minutes of Champions League football. We expected an incredible game, an incredible attacking game, and that's exactly what we've got from the first minute.
And this is the first time there's been any sort of delay to proceedings. Now they're off and running and presumably sprinting again. Well, we knew this would be a good game. There wasn't any doubt about it for 1 second, but this good? No. And Madrid are flying once more with Mbappe. Mbappe has Bellingham with him. And Bellingham has just sung from the wrong sheet there.
It's how quickly a game can change. You know, if Gnabry keeps that ball close, plays a teammate in, Bayern could score. It's a poor touch, they lose possession. And Real just sweep down the other end, and what, 10-15 seconds later, a brilliant first touch from Mbappe just secures the ball at his feet, and then he can tuck it home. So first touch is so important.
Lima. Pavlovic, the board going up. There'll be at least 2 more minutes of this to enjoy. Kimmich. Olise. Returned by Kimmich. Gnabry then couldn't regain his position to get onto the ball again. Here's Arda Güler. Stanisic. First time anybody's been walking on the ball.
I was just about to say, at times it's like watching fast-forward football, isn't it? The pace and the tempo with which so many of the players, the attacking players in particular, are approaching the game. Incredible.
Luis Diaz. Kimmich's attempt to get it through was barred by Bellingham. Vinicius Junior. Brahim Diaz invites Pavlovic to get there. Now here's Olise.
Look at other side.
Olise looking for Kane, just overdoing it. And Lunin might just hold on to this for a while. It's as if there's been an unwritten mutual agreement here. Shall we all just stay where we are until half-time and have a good think about things?
Take a few deep breaths and go again for the second half.
Countdown's on, and that's for Lunin to clear it. Lima. Well, we've seen two incredible strikes from Arda Güler, and we've seen two of the world's best strikers both score in impressive fashion, and we've seen a whole lot more besides. That's been a half to talk about for a long, long time. The second half on the way, but at the break, it's Bayern Munich 2, Real Madrid 3 tonight. The tie's all square, it's 4 each.
This program brought to you by Smiths, UEFA Champions League official sponsor. This program brought to you by Smiths, UEFA Champions League official sponsor. match brought to you by FedEx, UEFA Champions League official sponsor.
Boz, what a game we've got this weekend. Manchester City against Arsenal. Going back only a few months, no one could see City rebuilding quickly enough to be in the title race, and here you are, 6 points behind, game in hand, and if they win this, it's title race on.
It's pendulum towards Manchester City. A lot of people think that pendulum has already gone. Looking at it from the outside, and you've made this point before as well, you'd still rather be in Arsenal's position.
Of course.
But it must be said, and I don't want to scare you Arsenal's fans, because I still think you will win the title, but Arsenal have not won at City since 2015. So that's 11 years ago. It's a very long time ago. We know they've played each other twice already this season, 2 weeks ago in the cup final when City were... they outsmarted Arsenal, put it that way. I mean, good early start. They had good saves from James Trafford, got the first goal. Now, at the start of the season, and you've made this point before as well, we saw Guardiola against Arsenal, who were, you know, in fantastic form back then, and obviously they were in the early stages of the rebuild at Manchester City. Haaland scored early on, and Guardiola basically dropping his team to defend the spot. Probably one of the probably one of the only times in his career. So
that's how strong he felt the Gunners were at that time.
At that time, and see how things have changed. Now, Manchester City are on a roll after they got really taken apart against Real Madrid. Arsenal, as we know, are having a bit of wobble. It'll be decided in men and moments, as I always say. There'll be some crucial battles going on. Haaland up front against Saliba, that will be absolutely crucial. I think Cherky's arguably, and you've made this point as well, one of the best players in the league right now. Depending on side he goes on. Doku played really, really well. Nico O'Reilly, who's scored, 3 goals in 4 games, but unfortunately he pulled his hamstring. So we'll see whether or not he'll be fit to start this weekend. He's been amazing. It's been really good to see as well, Rodri is slowly but surely, after that serious injury, coming back to what he was. It's going to be so important that Mikel Arteta makes sure, because he's like their quarterback. He's like their, you know, the conductor of the orchestra.
Yep.
And you know, when he plays well, it seems that Manchester City just flow. It was very even for Manchester City in the first half against Chelsea, but when they flicked the switch at half time, it was quite awesome. So huge game, huge ramifications. It's not over, because remember when Manchester City won that famous title back in 2012, they were, I think there was only 4 games left, and they were something like 7 points behind Manchester. They had to play each other. But from a psychological perspective, it's going to be huge. What are you looking forward to?
Well, I think the big question is around Arteta, you know, whether he can actually get them across the line. This is the best position he's been in. You know, he was 9 points at one point only in recent weeks. Now all of a sudden 6 points ahead. Yes, they've got a game in hand, Manchester City, but you're in an amazing position. He's done a fantastic job to get them there. But since the Carabao Cup final, they're wobbling. They are wobbling. And so the question is, does he have the ability to actually finish this season off?
Now, what would you do if you're Mikel
Well, I don't
Arteta?
think he's going to change. I mean, the point is, he's got himself 6 points ahead. Like, to me, it's like you've got the job done. You're in this position for a reason.
But they're wobbling, yeah, but they're wobbling.
I know, but the thing is, the more changes that he makes now, especially from an approach point of view, I think the more uncertain the players become. You know, the whole point of it is you're here for a reason, right? And if he was to go and get a point out of Manchester City at the Etihad, I think, you know, it's pretty much title done for them.
This is the type of thing that caused managers sleepless nights. So you know what the quandary is? The quandary is if he does keep it pretty much the same and they lose, people are going to say, why didn't you change it?
That's what's going to happen.
And then the other way around, like you said, if you change it, people are going to say, well, you have to change it so much at this time of the season?
That's right. Well, that's the 2 questions we'll be asking after the game. It's going to be a blockbuster anyway.
Yep.
Manchester City at home against Arsenal.
1:30 a.m. live on Stan Sport, Australian Eastern Standard Time.
This program brought to you by Smiths, UEFA Champions League official sponsor. back brought to you by FedEx, UEFA Champions League official sponsor. This program brought to you by FedEx, UEFA Champions League official sponsor.
Let's go!
A Bayern Munich substitution before the start of the second half, with Alphonso Davies coming on for Josip Stanisic, who looks understandably disappointed, a little shake of the head at that decision, but he did get a yellow card in the aftermath of Arda Güler making it 2-1, which seems an age ago. So that might well be part of the reason for his being replaced, especially when faced with the prospect of Vinicius Junior running at him for another 45 minutes and maybe more. Well, he started out as the story of the first half, but he was eclipsed by Kylian Mbappe, I think. Well, maybe not eclipsed, but certainly matched. So many stories in one half of football. And although it's not been the sort of match where we bother too much with stats, just thinking about Arbeloa saying it's important to take our chances as we won't have as many as in the first leg. Well, Madrid have had 3 attempts on target and they've scored with them all. So the players are fulfilling their part of the bargain. Away we go then with the second half in Munich. Dare we hope for another 45 minutes to match what we've just witnessed?
Absolutely. I think if both sides go at it, as they've done in the first leg, in the first half of the second leg, surely they're not going to be really conservative here and try and keep each other out. Surely we're going to get more goals.
It's Real Madrid who are in possession for the restart. Lunin's clearance will fall to Alphonso Davies, who has a first touch back to Manuel Neuer. Lima to Elise up towards Gnabry, who is absolutely taken out by Rudiger.
No yellow card.
Classic Rudiger play.
He's maybe slightly fortunate to get away with that, but just looking at the back four for Bayern has kind of been reshaped with Davies coming on at left back. Lima's actually switched from left back to right back. He's more than capable of playing there.
Come on.
Here is Davies, who does give that extra bit of attacking threat. And Bayern's keep on going.
Oh.
And he's blocked and behind for a corner. Luis Diaz thought he found a way through that.
Well, I thought he should have taken the
So
chance
fucking
first time.
lucky.
He decided to take a touch. It looked like he was running into traffic, into white shirts. Managed to get his shot away, but it's a kind deflection for Real Madrid.
Bayern corner, left-hand side, Joshua Kimmich, and that all adds up to danger for Real Madrid. The referee just wants to have a look at the jostling, which has not been a concern yet, but wants to talk to Kane and Ferland Mendy.
I like that with the referee, saying to the players, come to me. I'm not going to come to you. I'm in charge. You come to me and I'll give you a telling off.
He's in control, Slavko Vincic, but he's always quite low-key about it. That's why he gets the big games. Kimmich delivers.
Oh,
Well, Lunin wasn't getting anywhere near it. I think it was Upamecano, was it, with the last touch? Goal kick.
There's a lot of air on that ball. Goalkeeper decides not to come for it. Upamecano's actually on his way down. It's over the bar. It's Luis Diaz again. He's just running into white shirts. That is such a kind deflection. Takes it wide of the post. Could easily have gone in.
Mbappe's goal to make it 3-2 to Madrid tonight was the 10th that he scored away from home in the Champions League this season. I think that's a new season record, but it's also put him on 15 in the competition all told this season. That's 2 off the season record, which Cristiano Ronaldo holds from 2013-14 when he wore the all-white. Mind you, he also got 16 in this season and once got 15 in this season for Madrid. 3 of the top 4 are Ronaldo's.
Just showing off.
Arda Güler. Closed by Upamecano. Behind for a goal kick. Amidst all the mayhem of the first half, it's important to try and keep a tab on where we are in the tie and just remind ourselves every now and again it's 4-4, it's perfectly level. Bound for extra time if nothing else develops. Fat chance of nothing else developing. Mbappe. See the remains of the stitches above his right eyebrow. He's dispensed with the plaster now. Over towards Vinicius Junior, but Lima has time. Elise has been bumped to the floor by Mendy.
Yeah, Mendy just blocks him off, body checks him.
Compared to the opening, Vinicius Junior, but Lima has time. Elise has been bumped to the floor by Mendy.
Yeah, Mendy just blocks him off, body checks him.
Compared to the opening 4.5 minutes in the first half, this has been rather low-key. And that is from a position of being spoiled.
Yeah, I just think everybody's just taking a breath. Commentators, fans, players, just all getting to grips really with that extraordinary first half.
Eder Militao. Straight out from Lunin. Thibaut Courtois missing a 5th game in a row because of his thigh injury that he sustained in the first half at Manchester City in the last round. for all Lunit's qualities, Courtois would be a miss for any team. Pavlovic.
Come on. Kimmich, take a shot.
Olise. Lima. Being put under all sorts of pressure by Mendy. There's Arda Güler.
I think it's fair to say the choice of Mendy at left back against Michael Olise, who was outstanding in the first leg, has worked out so far. He's not been as influential, Olise, in this game.
I was going to ask you, Andy, at half-time, never got the chance. Vincent Kompany's feelings at seeing his side wrestle themselves back twice and then let it go again.
Would he really be surprised? This is Real Madrid we're talking about. Against any other side, I think he'll be absolutely furious, but this is Real Madrid with the quality they've got going forward. He said this after the game, after the first leg. The quality that's out there, again, that is the problem. That's what you're up against, and Real do things that normal sides don't do.
Especially in this competition, which they seem to feel is their sacred right year on year to win. The ref's going to bring that back. Pavlovic caught.
He's Bellingham aggressive in the challenge. Doesn't do anything wrong for me. Just he actually blocks the pass. Doesn't take the man out. I think he's unfortunate to be a free kick to be given against for that challenge. Just looks a good, well-timed challenge to me.
Absolutely right. Here's Upamecano. Lima. Gnabry to Kimmich and up towards Kane, who's being pushed all the time by Eder Militao. Eder Militao down as though Kane's had a bit of a lash out at him.
Fuck?
He's holding his face. The referee's just taking his time and thinking about what he might or might not have seen. Couldn't have been better placed.
Well, Kane goes to ground, looks as if he's been fouled. I don't think Eder Militao has done anything wrong. Just it's a bit of an overreaction from the centre-half, claiming that he's been caught in the face there. And no wonder Kompany and Kane can't believe the award of the free kick.
Well, a hand may have made slight contact, but it certainly wasn't anything in the sinister. No, it wasn't that Eder Militao.
I think we see this a lot with players. It's the way that they go to ground, that simulation basically, and it's making referees give free kicks when absolutely nothing really has happened. There might be a slight bit of contact, but the way that they go down, it makes it look much, much worse.
It's something that does irritate football watchers worldwide, that the insinuation is there as though you're elbowed. It's not happened. We can all see there are cameras everywhere. Mbappe.
See the run off the ball here from Mbappe, running in behind the Bayern defence time and again. He's dropped maybe deep and got the ball into feet.
Offside.
Just mixes up an attacking game, just manages to get a toe on the ball, just keeps possession. And from nothing he forces the corner.
Came off the unfortunate Davis. Rudiger looking for room. Don't think he got much on it. Bayern clear their lines, but it was an uncomfortable moment. Luis Diaz loses out to Valverde. Alexander-Arnold, oh what a ball! Neuer in the way. Keeping out Mbappe, but Madrid aren't done yet. Vinicius Junior can't get past Lima this time. Olise.
Pass him.
Didn't back himself to get into full sprint mode away from Mendy.
What the
Gnabry won't get onto that ahead of Valverde.
What a chance for Mbappe. I just think the movement across his line from Neuer is all important. It's a giant barrier. I still feel that Mbappe should be tucking that down the side of the goalkeeper.
Pavlovic.
Come on, come on.
Davis touch onto Luis Diaz. Davis has got to get up to speed with this straight away. Kimmich. Lima.
Come on, go inside. Yes.
Olise. Kane was the intended recipient of that. Olise again.
Come on. Davies.
Davis. Tar. That's the story of the game. 3-2 Real Madrid, 4-4 overall on aggregate. Olise to Kimmich. Kimmich's curler. That's a nice one for Lunin to come and catch.
Yeah, the idea is right, because Davis, the left back, made a good run in behind the Real defence. Just the ball forward was poor.
Here's Mbappe. Look at Vinicius Junior to the left. Mbappe doesn't bother to look for him. Maybe he ought to have done. Blocked by Tar. And down goes Davis, caught by Valverde. Free kick for Bayern Munich.
Well, for Real Madrid, the opportunity falls to the right man. Again, look at those Bayern defenders ball watching. They've no idea where the most dangerous player on the pitch, Kylian Mbappe, is. You see Neuer moving his feet, getting across his goal into a position to really be hit by the ball. I think he would have expected to make more of maybe a diving save from that position. Slightly off balance, Mbappe. The best striker in world football. He should really be tucking that down the side of Neuer.
What a pass, what vision from Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Well, that's what he's capable of if you give him time and space to deliver. But then the space and time that Mbappe had was worrying for Bayern. No one's just looked over their shoulder and seen where he is and got close to him.
Pavlovic. Eder Militao sees off Alphonso Davies. It's a Bayern throw. Pavlovic. Lima. Luis Diaz. Lima with a break into the box. Pavlovic unable to pick him out.
It was actually good tracking from Guerrero. He appreciated that the right back was making a forward run. Stayed with him, stayed goal side of him.
Gnabry. That's his pocket picked by Arda Güler. Kane. Pavlovic finds Davis. Olise coming in from the right into the penalty area, and Alexander-Arnold will form a guard for Lunin to come and get it.
In the second half, Vincent Kompany's side have had more of the ball, played the game in the Real Madrid half, but the best chance of the half has gone the way of Real with Mbappe.
Jamal Musiala getting ready to come on for Bayern. As Felo Mendy tries to hold off Kimmich, and he's done that successfully. Now Mbappe. Tar comes across. Mbappe looking for the space, finding it, making it happen for himself, and again winning a corner. He has started to, well, not just tick, he's absolutely exploding now.
It just starts with aggressive play from Mendy, driving into midfield. Once you get Mbappe on the ball, if he can turn and run at the goal, you're in big trouble as a defender. I'm surprised you're trying to pick out Diaz there, even though the angle is against him. Just smash that goalwards and test Neuer again.
Madrid corner. Eduardo Camavinga getting ready to come on for them. Swung in, and Eder Militao got his head to that. Nice and comfortable for Neuer. He had a sixth sense there. He seemed to know that Mbappe was behind him. He was going to try and have a swipe for it. Out comes Lunin to clear. And now we're going to get at least the Bayern change. I don't know if the Real Madrid one's ready yet, but Musiala's going to come on, and he's going to take the place of Serge Gnabry. Gnabry, who Was a slight doubt for the game with a knee injury, now makes way. Musiala, who's only dealing with the second half of the season, out for the first part with the broken leg, ankle injury that he sustained at the Club World Cup. Now he's on for his 50th game in the Champions League, aged just 23. And Eduardo Camavinga is going to take the field for Madrid. It's Brahim Diaz, who actually certainly played his part in the first half. I don't think we've seen him on the ball much in the second.
No, it's going to be interesting how these substitutions affect the game. The starting 11s have given us rich entertainment, but of course when you have to make changes or you decide to make changes for tactical reasons, it can change the complexion of the game. So we'll see whether these substitutions for both sides, for both coaches, affects the game significantly.
The gut feeling there would be maybe a push slightly higher up the field for Bellingham and or Valverde.
Yeah, Camavinga is a defensive midfielder, so he should sit the deepest. As you say, encourage those other attacking midfielders to step up the pitch.
Tut boş. Bezen.
Big chance here.
Vay.
Trent Alexander-Arnold is back, taking it away from Luis Diaz.
Luis Diaz, a sure first touch, and he scores. Alexander-Arnold is caught way out of position. Eder Militao plays Luis Diaz onside, and it's a poor first touch. I said the importance of first touches. It's absolutely vital. You keep that ball close, then you can get a strike in. That's a golden chance gone for Bayern.
How's that for an introduction from the bench? Jamal Musiala's first involvement. His two touches were excellent. Alexander-Arnold made that look effortless, and look at him go now. Breezing past everybody. Upamecano keeping tabs on Mbappe. Now, is there a gap down that side for Bayern? No, Valverde has dropped back in. All given away, didn't look. And now here's Vinicius Junior. It was a mistake by Pavlovic, and Vinny Junior, well, he couldn't find a way past Upamecano and was forced to take the shot at the wrong time.
But even though the angle is against him, he should just be trying to pass that across Neuer to his left hand. Working the goalkeeper at the very least. Just no conviction really in the strike.
Big let off that for Pavlovic.
The game's just starting to open up, mistakes starting to be made, and I suspect a goal is coming.
And there's Elise found by Laimer, taking on Mendy. Back to Laimer, Bellingham intervenes. Yeah, they've had a look. For 15, 18 minutes they've had a look, and now they go again. Kane. Elise. Pavlovic. There's Davis. Kimmich. Super noise now from the Bayern Munich supporters. Kimmich. Kimmich lifting it in Kane's direction. Bellingham's clearance hasn't got far. Laimer. Olise. Mbappe was after him and had a slide in. Olise again. Bayern seem to have had the ball for an awfully long time here. That's Kimmich. And Lunin will be able to gather that one before Davis could arrive.
Just seems to run out of patience there, Bayern Munich. Playing across the face of that Real Madrid defence. You have to be ultra patient. Just try and open Real up, or just look for the space, wait for the positional error maybe. Just trying to force the issue with that killer forward pass.
Upamecano safely back to Neuer. Kimmich. All of those goals scored in the first half. Rudiger back to Lunin.
Well, really, we should have had 2 second-half goals. Those chances for Luis Diaz and Kylian Mbappe. Surprise, both missed.
Bellingham finds Mbappe. And Vinicius Junior has got goal side of Upamecano. Mbappe dealing with Jonathan Tah. That's a great pass. Valverde now! Neuer made it look easy, but that was travelling.
Selfishness there. Kylian Mbappe drawing defenders to him, doing the right thing, playing the pass. That's a decent strike from Valverde, who can now step further up the pitch with Camavinga sitting deeper.
Valverde is in even better scoring form than his illustrious number 7 and number 10. He's got 7 goals in his last 7 games. 8 in his last 12.
I think when you're striking the ball at Manuel Neuer, because of his size and his reach, you've really got to try and get the ball as close to one of the posts as you possibly can to try and keep it as far away from the giant keeper as you can.
Pavlovic. Kimmich. Feels like more of a tactical battle this half. Madrid just playing a little bit more a considered game in defence. Kimmich. Lima. Olise. Oh, he's tricked it through for Musiala. Slip from Davis has cost Bayern there, or has it? It's won back by Pavlovic. Here's Musiala. Davis. Musiala. It ricochets out to Olise. Olise will have a go!
Ooh.
Was that saved? I think it was by Lunin.
So sharp from Olise, drops the shoulder, and whip it towards that top corner. It's possibly not going in, but I don't think Lunin can take the chance. Has to get a palm on it. Brilliant skill here for Olise to take Bellingham, Camavinga out of the game.
Playing in the manner that he threatened to when we saw him line up for the Champions League anthem. Nonchalant.
Starting to look a bit more influential as well. He's getting on the ball more.
Here comes another Kimmich corner. Something different this time. Olise was across to receive. Davis. And again. Alphonso Davis shot straight against Valverde. I was about to say, time for Konrad Lima. Time. Nobody's had time in this game. Got Vinicius Junior about 2 yards away. Bellingham. Mendy given away to Kane. And that's well watched by Eder Militao. How far does he want to stride with it? Still forward. Arda Güler. It's getting towards the sort of time when he's usually replaced.
I think it's understandable, the pace, the tempo of the game has just dropped slightly.
It was exhilarating in the first half, it's enthralling in the second. Still can't take your eyes off this, and we're 21 minutes plus a little bit more away from extra time too. Musiala. It's a little bit of a daft idea to challenge like that. Bayern wanted to take that quickly. The referee saying the ball was moving. He's given a yellow card to Rudiger. It was Arda Güler who went in. It was a little rashly on Musiala. He took a swipe in his face for his trouble. And it was Rudiger who stopped. No, it wasn't. What did Rudiger do wrong there?
I think Rudiger actually sprinted in from his defensive position. He went sprinting towards the referee. So he's complaining, gesticulating. That's why he's been booked, rightly so as well.
He's trying to ref the game.
I noticed when the free kick was given, he went sprinting. I think, what on earth are you doing? You're leaving that space where you should be. Why on earth are you remonstrating with the referee when a quick free kick, you could be caught out?
Seems a bit of a soft way to get a caution for a player who's quite capable of getting one in the tackle.
He's a heart and soul footballer sometimes. Again, vastly experienced. You just need to keep your head. One mistake here could be so costly.
I know this will warm your heart to hear. There really is something really pleasing when you see a pure defender. That's their entire game, life's mission. A slip from Lima. Played through by Mendy, and Mbappe chases, and of course he gets there first. Mbappe twisting and turning his way past Tar. Vinicius Junior couldn't collect it, nor could Bellingham. Here's Camavinga. And the drive is straight against Upamecano.
I'm not sure why Mbappe is actually pulling that ball back again. Really unselfish from him, but he's done all the hard work. He's got away from his man. Surely you shoot.
And Kane has managed to pick out Luis Diaz. Taking on Eder Militao. He's got more to deal with now. Now the support arrives for Bayern. Kane. Olise.
It's a good piece of defending there from Eder Militao. He didn't actually play the ball, but he did. He slowed up Luis Diaz. He was waiting for defensive reinforcements, and they came back and helped him out.
There's Olise. That's Lima, and he's managed to squeeze it across. Militao, as he nearly always is, in the right place.
In the formation, Lima is playing as what should be a right back, but he's stepping into midfield, making up the numbers in there.
Davis. Kimmich holding off Vinicius Junior. Olise. It's a Bayern throw-in. Started to think about the last time these two met in a second leg in the Champions League, the semi-finals 2 years ago. All the drama was in Madrid that time. Bayern 1-0 up, and then Hosselu came to the party. Madrid winning 4-3 on aggregate and then beating Dortmund in the final. In fact, they've gone on to win the Champions League the last 4 seasons that they've faced Bayern in the competition.
I just think Bayern need to sharpen up their attacking play. See Real Madrid sitting fairly deep in their own half. Good defensive setup. Bayern need to move them around.
Olise to Lima. Lima taken out by Rudiger. Bayern will of course ask, I think that's just a foul, but there we see the folly of the yellow card that he got.
Yeah, he says he played the ball, he absolutely didn't. Lima just takes it away from him, body checks him. He's got to be so careful, Rudiger. The type of player that he is, he sees the ball, he wants to get to it. Can't afford to make that mistake now.
We can't believe he'd get a caution in the way that he has.
It's maybe just the emotion of the game, just catching up with even the most experienced players.
Olise's in charge of this one. In from Olise, Lunin stayed back. And Upamecano, did he meet that with too much?
How many times they miss?
Olise into that corridor in between Lunin and the defensive line.
What the
space
fuck?
as well. The pace is on the ball. It's moving towards the target. Just glance it, help it on, just flick it backwards. Tries to head it into the top corner. Because the pace that's on it can't control it. It's a great chance.
Those who saw a lot of Manchester City in Vincent Kompany's playing days know that he put a fair few of those away. Yeah. Exactly that sort of position.
I just think you have to appreciate the delivery, the speed at which the ball is coming towards you. You're in space, you have that split second. Just glance it, just help it on, because the pace will take it past the goalkeeper.
Kane. Musiala. It's Camavinga who smothered that. Eder Militao just caught Valverde wrong-footed slightly.
Finished. Madrid is finished. That's it.
15 to go. But I think there'll be a bit more than that.
There could be 45 to go away. This game, again, it's just slowed down. It's a bit more tactical. Plenty of goals in the first half. Maybe just one in the second will decide the tie.
For Meccano, over to Pavlovic. Davis. Kane. Bayern are having to really think on their feet here to find a way through. This might be it. Lima will get there in plenty of time. Olise. Musiala took Mendy away, half away anyway. Olise holds on. Kane. Lovely spot to see Olise once again. Lima wants it. Olise wants it by himself. Brilliant try once more. How many times are Madrid going to allow him to do that?
2 occasions he's just drifted infield. You see what he's trying to do, pick out the top corner. Both occasions they're just slightly too high, the strikes. You can't keep doing this, Mendy. You've got to get close to that. You know he's going to shoot. Have to get closer, try and get a block in. Too easy.
Safely back to Neuer. Pavlovic. Lima. Musiala. Good burst of acceleration, and Camavinga will get a yellow card.
Well, Musiala's been hugely positive since he's come on. The substitutions were made. I wonder what impact they can have on the game, but Musiala has certainly livened up Bayern. When he gets the ball, he's making things happen. He's popping up in a variety of attacking positions as well. He's given that freedom, and he's causing problems.
Kimmich will be the orchestrator. Little flick through, unable to find Tar. Olise. Referee's letting the play go. Harry Kane is the beneficiary. No way through for Kane, nor for Musiala. Really good challenge by Bellingham. And that's a push. Pavlovic on Vinicius Junior. He really should be cautioned for that himself.
There's just maybe an opportunity there for Harry Kane, but it was just swarmed all over by white shirts. They closed him down. They did the right thing. Don't give him time and space to shoot. It's nasty collision, isn't it, Kimmich? And Mbappe just loses his footing. Kimmich does nothing wrong. It's just coming together.
Mbappe, I think, hurt his leg in the slide, then took one where he didn't want to from Kimmich, and then had the full body weight land on him.
He took that plaster off that was covering that cut that he had just above his eyebrow. Let's hope he's okay. There's that huge mistake in the first minute from Manuel Neuer. Brilliantly finished by Goulet.
34 seconds in, that.
Extraordinary start to the game. Wonderful ball in here from Kimmich. Brilliant delivery. Goalkeeper can't do anything about it. Just helps it on its way for 1-1. And this is just free kick perfection from Arda Goulet. Well, the wall does nothing wrong. Goalkeeper's positioned well. It's just too good a free kick, and then Harry Kane doing what he does best. Great first touch with the left foot, tucks it away. So composed with that finish to square the game up, but Kylian Mbappe goes sprinting from the halfway line to support Vinicius. Brilliant touch and finish, and that first half was just so memorable.
All of that happened in the first 42 minutes. 3-2 Real Madrid, and that's how the score remains. I thought that's where Mbappe had taken the harshest blow of all.
Yeah, I just wonder, is that first half, both sides, going for the win? Is the second half more about not losing the game? So maybe that's why the tempo has dropped, and just that fear of making one error that could cost them everything.
Well, the tempo had to drop, didn't it?
We didn't want it to, but I think the players have just calmed down after that exhilarating first half.
Lunin's looking for Vinicius Junior. Conrad Lima has found him. Bayern's man for all positions. Find you, there's a few of those.
Yep.
Camavinga. It's Kimmich who gets it back Neuer's way. Kimmich. Musiala.
The second half very different in terms of tempo and approach than the first half, but it's still so watchable, and we've had some good chances.
Shots on target have levelled out now. Rudiger, or rather, Upamecano. Luis Diaz, Kimmich. Kane just trying to drift off the shoulder of Rudiger. It's Elise trying to turn it into the possession of Luis Diaz. Here's Pavlovic. Elise, Laimer. Laimer, lovely delivery, well defended by Eder Militao. How good has he been at the back?
Yeah, absolutely. He wondered whether he was that choice of playing him ahead of Howson was the right decision. I think it's been proved correct. His positioning there is just as important as his bravery. He has to drop off. He has to stay goal side of Luis Diaz and then get his head on the ball. Brilliant work.
I just wonder if he'll be able to go the full distance if this goes to extra time. He's still on his way back from a hamstring injury that ruled him out from December. He's not played that many games this season because of cruciate ligament trouble again. He's had horrible injuries as Eder Militao.
It's not just physical when you've been out for a while, it's mental as well. You're having to do an awful lot of defending. You don't want to be the player that makes that mistake, but because you've been out for so long, you can be slightly rusty physically and mentally, and in a game like this, that could be costly.
And he's on a yellow. Here's Vinicius Junior. The touch forces him wider than he wanted to be, and it just allows Upamecano back at him. Vinny Junior being manhandled. You hold, I'll hold.
Yeah, he makes the mistake, but he does the right thing. Brilliant recovery. That's a poor touch. Allows Vinicius Junior in. That's a poor touch, really, from the winger. And Upamecano gets back and defends well.
Camavinga. Arda Güler. Out to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Mendy. Eder Militao. Here's Mbappe. Alexander-Arnold. He's looking for Bellingham with that. Camavinga. Valverde. This is menacing from Real Madrid. Kane is back to stop the Alexander-Arnold pass. Neuer away. That's a barge in the back. That's an Eder Militao foul. And he and Rudiger are just walking the tightrope now.
I'm not sure what his defence would be to the referee, because he just goes ploughing into his man. He's not playing the ball, he's playing Luis Diaz, so I think the fact again it's in the opposition half maybe just saves him, but it's a risky challenge.
I guess all you could say is, sorry I stumbled. Luis Diaz.
Come on.
He's going to come back for Kane here, and Camavinga makes the block. Vital tackle that from Rudiger.
What the
And the whistle's
fuck?
gone. Look at those Bayern fans in the background. They are furious about that.
Well, there you see the importance of that defensive midfielder, and Camavinga just screening the defensive line. Just about hanging on, Real Madrid. First time they've looked stretched for a while.
How do Bayern Munich top a night like this? Well, they could do on Sunday when they entertain Stuttgart and could win the Bundesliga title again. Davis. Came down, he was followed by Camavinga. Camavinga, another player who's on a yellow card. That's the point that's being made to the referee here. Quite forcefully. Somebody's got to point.
Yes.
Who's that? Oh, it's red.
Yes.
It is a second yellow for Eduardo Camavinga with just
Let's
4
go.
minutes of the 90 to go.
Go.
There was another yellow dished out first, and then the referee went to Camavinga and showed the red card, and he's explaining that decision to his teammates now. The sub sent off.
We talked about it with Eder Militao and Antonio Rudiger. When you're on a yellow card, you've got to be so careful. Do you really need to make a challenge? I think the Real Madrid players are saying there wasn't a lot in the challenge, so maybe a yellow card for that was harsh. But again, just stay away from Bayern players. Don't run the risk of picking up that second yellow. That could change the course of the game.
Well, that really could, whether it's in the next 4 or 5 minutes or whether it's in the 30 that could follow. The wind has to be with Bayern now. In towards Lima. And down goes Vinicius Junior in spectacular fashion. Lima can't believe that. No yellow for him. Yeah, it is a soft one, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got some sympathy with Camavinga because he's just kind of a sweeping movement from Harry Kane. There is contact, but he's not even looking to make a challenge. I think that is a really harsh
now
ball.
Then, was it for holding on to the ball? Kimmich was after the ball. Camavinga had a hold of it. That's when the referee sprung into action.
Very possibly, but again, if that is the case, again, experienced player making a basic error. You can't afford to do that at any level.
I think that may have been more for delaying the restart than for the foul, and the two added together made another yellow.
Yeah, maybe that's what the referee was gesticulating towards Camavinga.
He was counting,
it wasn't one,
wasn't
but
he?
two, absolutely.
Sent off last April in the Champions League away to Arsenal.
Come on, Bayern.
That was the
You
night when
have
Declan Rice scored 2 free kicks like you wouldn't believe. And then we saw Arda Güler tonight, which went some way to matching both of those. Kimmich. It's opening up, is it? Not quite for Pavlovic. Luis Diaz. Musiala. Diaz. He has a shot.
Yes!
Hey, it is a magnificent shot. It could be
Yes!
a match-winning shot.
Let's go!
A blaster from Luis Diaz to break Real Madrid hearts.
Good job, Luis.
Well, Luis Diaz is not at his best game by any means. He missed an earlier chance when he was in on goal, poor first touch, but he is allowed far too much time and space here to get the shot away.
Vamos!
So even though he's not in a brilliant attacking form, if you give him this kind of time and space to get a shot in, he's going to hurt you. And it's seemingly a wonderful strike. Could Lunin have maybe got there? I think we'll see that in the replays that come along, but it's a hammer blow, real hammer blow for Real Madrid. It's patient football across the face of that Real Madrid defence. Then they just kind of speed it up with Pavlovic, get it out to Luis Diaz. You know, he steps in field. There's a couple of players who maybe could step out onto him, but they don't. And it is a wonderful strike. Maybe the goalkeeper doesn't see it until it's too late. Takes a clip actually off Eder Militao. That's what takes it away from the goalkeeper.
Go!
I think that deflection is all
What a
important.
goal.
How cruel for Real Madrid is that?
Well, Luis Diaz has now scored in 3 Champions League appearances in a row, but that's the biggest and best of them all. It has put Bayern Munich to the brink of the semi-finals.
Well, the deflection is cruel, but again, if you give Luis Diaz that amount of time and space to whip in a shot, it's on target. And once it hits the centre half, there's no chance for Lunin. He can't readjust and get his left arm out.
You can
to
score
make
the
a
next
save.
one.
Trent Alexander-Arnold can only look up at the screens and admire it all over again from his former Liverpool teammate. Bayern 3, Real Madrid 3 on the night. And we move into time added on with Bayern. A goal up in the tie overall. And a man up this evening. Alexander-Arnold is being replaced. Arda Güler has already gone. Mastantuono and Thiago have come on for Madrid with 4 minutes left to save their Champions League skins.
And you just wonder if Camavinga had still been on the pitch when Luis Diaz just breaks to the edge of the box. He could have been the one that would have stepped onto him to deny him that shooting opportunity.
Now the remontada is unlikely. But to issue those words again, this is Real Madrid. They do deal pretty well in the unlikely. Neuer is still taking chances.
Neuer! Fuck you, what are you doing?
Bayern come again in towards Elise. Just a little nudge in the back of Mendy. That's a Madrid free kick. They've got 3 minutes left now. Franco Mastantuono, only 18. Thiago Pitash, only 18. A goal or a part in a goal from either of them would cement their place in the illustrious history of their most famous of clubs. We often talk about just getting that one more chance. It often comes about, and if it does for Madrid, it's got to go in. Mastantuono will leave the throwing duties to Ferland Mendy.
Surely they've just got to get that ball into the box. The centre-halves are up, give them something to attack.
Vinicius Junior. Mbappe able to turn, not able to deliver the cross successfully, and here's Kane.
Come on.
And now it's Luis
Come on.
Diaz and Musiala's in the middle waiting. Alphonso Davies is there too, and here's Elise.
No.
Would have been Elise.
Hmm.
The ball evades him. The belief is ebbing away. This is their competition. Each season, this is the one they covet more than any other.
Yeah, the Real fans are below, so frustrated, the sending off, and then the deflection on the strike. It's cruel. It's the way the game can go sometimes.
Is there to be one last opportunity? Bellingham. Driving through himself. And he keeps on going. Has he overdone that though? Well, it's just kept in. Tar heads it away from danger. Luis Diaz.
It's a great cross. There's no white shirts really taking a chance getting into the edge of the 6-yard box there.
Desperate attempt to stop him came from Bellingham. Kane now is able to find Elise. All he has to do is keep the ball.
Come on.
Go to the
Elise.
corner with it. He's not thinking about that. He's thinking about it.
Oh!
And he's got another.
Finito!
Well, that's the way to seal the glory.
Good job, good job.
And that is what marks out Bayern Munich as being just that little bit extra special. They'd won the tie. They just had to keep
What
the
a
ball.
goal!
But they wanted to give us one last piece of wonderful entertainment.
It's third time lucky for Michael Elise. Two earlier opportunities.
Good job, Bayern. Good job.
One was saved, one just whistled over the crossbar. That is a beauty of a finish, but that sums up.
That's it!
Defending at one end,
Finito.
sweeping forward and killing the tie off. Brilliant.
Has there ever been a more fitting
Have a good
way
night.
to end a pulsating Champions League night?